Hi, I'm Ryan, Product Development Manager at Macpac, and this is how to pitch the Astral one-person tent. Included with the tent is an integrated fly-in floor, 12 tent pegs, 4 guy ropes, and repair patches included. You also need a set of trekking poles to pitch the tent. Today we'll be using a set of Macpac C3 carbon trekking poles, but any 125 centimeter or adjustable trekking poles will work. Step 1 is to unpack your tent and unroll it with the fly facing up on a nice flat tent ground. It's ideal to find a sheltered location and to pitch your tent with the door facing away from the prevailing wind. Step 2 is to peg out the 4 corners of the fly, marked by the orange cord. It's important at this stage to get as close to a perfect rectangle as you can, as this will help the pitch later on. You'll also want to make sure that you've got good even tension across the perimeter of the fly by pulling on the ends of the peg loops. Step 3 is to pitch your first trekking pole. If you have a rubber tip on the end of your trekking pole, you'll want to remove that at this point. This tent is designed to use 125 centimeter trekking poles, but depending on how flat the ground is, there may need to be some adjustment. So at this point, it's a good idea to extend it to just short of 125 centimeters. The next step will be to unzip the side of the tent and insert the tip of the trekking pole into the webbing sleeve above the mesh door. You'll need to make sure that the tip of the trekking pole is fully inserted into the webbing sleeve and that the top of the tent is folded over so it's nice and neat. You can now extend your trekking pole and tighten it so there's nice even tension going to each corner of your tent. And step 4 is to do the exact same thing on the other side of the tent. There are also 2 elastic loops on the inside of the tent that loop around the base of your trekking pole to help keep tension on the inner floor. Before moving on to step 5, this is an important chance to check that your tent is evenly tensioned across the ridge line and to each of the 4 corners of the tent. If you find that anything is loose, it may be because your tent wasn't pitched in a perfect rectangle or one of your poles needs to be extended a little bit longer. This is also a good chance to check that the poles are standing vertically. Step 5, you'll peg out the remaining peg points around the tent and make sure each peg is securely anchored. Step 6 is to tension the elastic cords that are attached to the corners of the floor by adjusting the sliding knot. So that's how you pitch the Astral one-person tent. We'll also share a few useful tips and tricks to get a perfect pitch. Your tent comes with 4 guy ropes to help stabilize the tent in windy weather. There's attachment points at the 2 peaks of the tent and it's 4 points at the back of the tent as well. The vent at each end of the tent can be open and secured using the strut that's secured with the hook and loop fastener. For extra protection during rainy weather, this can also be secured closed. The door panel can be configured in multiple ways. You can access and enter the tent from either side and secure open the door halfway using the toggle and loop in the middle of the panel. You can also open the door completely and it can be rolled up and stashed in the mesh pocket that sits above the inner door. To pitch the front door panel as a shade awning, you need an extra pole or a stick you find along the way and 3 of the guy ropes that are included with your tent. The inner door can also be configured in a few different ways. Depending on which side of the fly that you're entering in, you can open up it halfway and secure using the toggle and loop. You can open it up completely and stash in the mesh pocket above the door, or you can move the zip from the other side and secure it half open from the other direction. So that's how you pitch the Astral one-person tent. To pack it away, remember to collapse and remove your poles first before removing pegs and rolling it up into the bag. Thanks for watching.